When you think of Swiss cheese, you think of holes, right? But Emmentaler isn't actually the most popular cheese in Switzerland. Gruyere is the most produced and most consumed cheese in the country. We're here to see how it's made and find out why it's the main component of a Swiss fondue. We're actually in the town of Gruyere, which is in the French-speaking region of Fribourg, near Geneva. Fribourg is one of the 5 areas, including Bern, Jura, Vaud and Neuchâtel, that make up the Gruyere AOP production zone. Gruyere has a long heritage. Records of cheesemaking go back to the 12th century in this region. Legend has it that in the year 161, the Roman Emperor Antoninus Pius died after eating too much Gruyere. Today, 30,000 tonnes of Gruyere are produced here each year. The Maison de Gruyere is responsible for 520 tonnes of that. In 2018, over 15,000 tonnes of Gruyere were sold in Switzerland, making it the most consumed cheese in the country, ahead of mozzarella and Emmentaler. Gruyere was granted AOP protection from the EU in 2001, meaning that these areas are the protected designation of origin. But there are a few qualifications for this. It must be made using traditional know-how. It must be aged to a minimum of 5 months. And it must be made using raw milk from natural-fed cows, from dairies no more than 20 kilometres away. Milk is supplied twice a day. A vat containing 4,800 litres of unpasteurised milk is used to produce 12 wheels of Gruyere AOP at a time. 48 wheels are produced daily. The cheesemaker adds starter cultures made from whey to mature the milk. Rennet is also added to curdle the milk. This sets the milk into a junket after 40 minutes. Knives, called cheese harps, are used to cut the curd. The vat is gradually heated up to 57 degrees Celsius until the curds are the size of wheat grains. The cheesemaker must check the texture and size of these carefully. The contents of a vat are then pumped out onto moulds, and the whey is drained away. Each wheel is then pressed for 24 hours. The following day, each wheel is dipped in a concentrated salt bath for 24 hours. After, it is taken to the cellars, where it is constantly turned and the rind is washed. The cheese is stored at around 15 degrees Celsius. The cheese also has to be kept on wooden shelves. A cellar like this houses around 7,000 wheels of cheese. Gruyere is aged here for 5 months, at which point it's ready to eat. For a sharper taste, it can be aged up to 16 months. I'm going to give them a try and see whether I can tell the difference between the different ages. First one I'm going to try is the 6-month age Gruyere. The rich kind of nuttiness hasn't come through as much yet. It's still quite a mild cheese at this stage. Now it's the 8-month age Gruyere. Wow. There's such a difference in flavour between the two of them. Also the texture of it, you can get slightly more grainy and a much richer flavour to this one. I know this is going to be the strongest flavour because it's the longest age. So all 3 of these go into making a fondue, which we're going to try. We couldn't come here without trying fondue moitié-moitié, also called fondue suisse. In many Swiss regions, Gruyere cheese is the most popular ingredient in fondue. Another important component for a great fondue here is the vacherin, and what it does is it gives it a consistency, so it's not just Gruyere that goes into an amazing fondue. It's so rich and so creamy. You can definitely taste a bit of punch from the more mature flavours of cheese in there. It's just the absolute real deal. That is the best fondue I've ever had. On top of fondue, you can find Gruyere in French onion soup, croque monsieur, cordon bleu, quiche, the list goes on. It's a versatile and popular cheese for cooking because it has a taste that's distinct but not overpowering. A wheel of Gruyere is between 55 and 65 centimetres in diameter and weighs between 25 and 40 kilograms. Have you noticed the writing on the side of the rind? Le Gruyere AOP is inscribed on every authentic wheel. Each wheel must have a casein mark and the number of the cheese factory. It must also have the date of production on it. You might be thinking, wait, why doesn't this Swiss cheese have holes in it? The French variety of Gruyere is required to have holes and receives IGP protection. In Switzerland, Gruyere receives AOP protection and it's a smooth texture. As Gruyere is such a popular cheese, how does the Maison de Gruyere protect itself against copycat products?
Gruyere is a well-known name, so it's a high-quality product and as like a watch, for example, you make a fake Gruyere, and we find some fake Gruyere on the market, and we can find who is the producer of this fake Gruyere. We attack him.
The name Gruyere is protected around the world, in Switzerland, Russia, Europe, South Africa, and the USA.